Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm just posting this into Teams for you. There we go, we're now in Teams. Please excuse my appearance. I've just been on a walk with my doggos. But I have put my arms race themed and space race themed top on for you. So just so you're aware, I am absolutely boiling for your amusement. Right, let's just grab up the work, pull up the work for you, just so I've got it all in front of me, so there's no... There we go. So that I make sure I cover everything for you. I hope you're all right and enjoying the sunshine. I'm currently not enjoying the sunshine because I am teaching you / in a jumper. I am in shorts though, so you know, we're all good. Right, let's roll these up. Because it's hot. Hot. Alrighty then, let's get on with the arms race. Now, what's quite good about the work that I've set you today... Sorry, I did not sleep very well because I was a sweaty mess. What is really good about the work today is it's all self-contained within a one Word document. I will go over major events for you to help you out, but otherwise everything is kind of self-contained in that document. And it'll be the same tomorrow for the space race. And then on Monday, I'll do the Hungarian uprising with you. Okay. So, arms race. I just used blue. I don't use blue again. There we go. So, arms race all starts with one simple thing. Okay. And it starts with the A-bomb in 1945. All right. So they dropped the atomic bomb. Now they do that on the 6th of August. It is your job to find out where they drop it, which one they drop it on. Is it Nagasaki? Is it Hiroshima first? Now, so it was on the 6th and the 9th of August, all right? Now, I want you to get me some details, please, of them dropping the bomb. If you can get a picture, that would be great. Just a little bit of detail of what the bomb was called. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Of what the bomb was called, kind of what the bomb looked like when it was dropped, as in like what kind of cloud did it create, some things like that. Just a little bit of detail about what actually happens when America dropped the atomic bomb. Okay. Now, we know at the Potsdam Conference, Truman has sort of just gone, oh yeah, I've got the atomic bomb, bye. Drop the mic, left. And Stalin's like, what? You've what? And he can't cope with the fact that America have got this new weapon, the fact that it is so dangerous and so unheard of. So he then gets some scientists that have also been working in America, lures them over. What would be this morning? Lures them over, as well as taking some scientists that are still in Germany from Nazi Germany, because random fact, Nazi Germany were trying to develop nuclear warfare, and in 1949 creates his own atomic bomb. So they now have their own A-bomb. So both the superpowers now have the capability to completely destroy each other. Great. But for America, it's not enough. It is not enough. Once Truman gets whiff of the A-bomb that has now been developed in the USSR, he is like, right, hang on. we can't have this. We've got to be armed and ready and have more powerful weapons than the USSR. So let's develop something new, something bigger, something better. Almost like, you know, when you've got like little kids and they're like, well, my mum has this car, well, my mum has a bigger car, or, you know, it's very like that. So in 1949, Truman orders a brand new weapon to be developed, and they get something called the H-bomb. Now, why is it called the H-bomb? Because it's the hydrogen bomb, all right? And this makes, this is quite a scary thing, because it really is 2 or 3 times more powerful, I think 2 or 3 more times. It's several times more powerful than the A-bomb, which then obviously, as you can imagine, now that the Soviet Union are behind again, they need to catch up, and what they do in 1953, and they develop their own H-bomb. So in 1949, they develop it. They don't actually test it until 1953. It does take them 4 years to get it tested. And the USSR only test it a few months after America, which really, really, really annoys Truman. So he decides, right, I'm going to go one step further. Now he develops the H-bomb kind of 2.0. It's a much bigger H-bomb. Its explosive power was the equivalent of 15 million tons of TNT, so dynamite. That is mega. And it was not just, it was then about getting these new weapons to keep them safe. I'll see if I can get my big fat head out of the way and not knock my tea over. I don't know whether those two things are going to be possible. It was about them keeping themselves safe from each other, but also it was more about the fact that they needed to have the one-up. They wanted to be the winner of this competition. And that then did mean that over time, they were developing nuclear warheads, different ways of launching them, and increased the rivalry, the tension, and each side felt threatened. So as a result, they created more weapons or more allegiances, or built new nuclear weapon bases. And the more one another felt threatened, the more each other pointed more weapons at one another, the worse this got. And it ended up being like a race. Who could develop new nuclear weapons further and better and bigger? Who could get the most? Who could destroy the other country several times over? And it was more about who could destroy one another first, who could get the most nuclear capability first, who could have the most ICBMs or whatever, who could do that first. And it all does lead up to a flashpoint in 1962, which we will just oh my god, sorry, which we will talk about in a separate lesson, because it is about 2-3 lessons worth. All right, now we're talking that they used I have put this as one of your tasks, so I'm not going to ramble on too much, but there is a point where the USA are miles and miles and miles and miles in front, and there's also a point then when the USSR do claim to take over, and I'm going to bring that up now. You do have that on your document. Now, something funny about that particular graph is obviously you have to collate this graph, you've got America and the USSR declaring their weapons, whether it's ICBMs, MIRVs, SLBMs, I'm not saying what they are on purpose because that's your challenge to go and Google them. They've got all these different nuclear warheads and weapons, and it's up to the superpower to declare them truthfully. Now, there we go. As you can imagine, the USSR have been behind up until 1954. They are completely behind, and America could then perceive that as a weakness, as something that would as a weakness, as a target, really, which the USSR do not want. Let me just have a sip of my tea because I've got a dry mouth. There we go. And what the Soviet Union then do, which is one of the funniest things ever, is they build cardboard cutouts. Now, I don't know if any of you are football fans. I know a few of you are, actually. And you watched the League Two playoffs recently. So Exeter and Northampton and Cheltenham and Colchester all had fan cardboard cutouts at their games to represent the fans that obviously can't be there because of the COVID-19 crisis. Now, at the Exeter game, this has relevance, I promise. Now, at the Exeter game, a couple of Argyle fans were a little bit naughty in that they put a picture of Ryan Lowe, paid for him to go on a cardboard cutout, and he was then in the Exeter end. They also had a couple of Argyle fans that were then put in their Argyle tops and sat in the Exeter end. Excuse me. And it was done as like a little bit of rivalry to kind of infiltrate their fan base. Now, the Soviet Union used to do something similar. Is that, imagine America are at Exeter, they've got all their nuclear warheads in the stands, no problem. And they are worried about the Soviet Union. Well, the Soviet Union are like Plymouth Argyle fans. They've infiltrated America and they've started to try and change things up to kind of mess with them a little bit, mess with their heads, play a few mind games. Well, the Soviet Union used to actually build cardboard cutout versions of nuclear warheads and nuclear bases and put them in random places. And America had this thing called a U-2 spy plane. So a U-2 spy plane would fly higher than a commercial aircraft, so like what we would go on for a holiday. I'm so sorry. So sorry. And would fly really high and then have these incredibly powerful cameras to zoom down and take pictures of the floor plan below. Now, once the Soviet Union worked out that the Americans were doing this, they would build these cardboard cutouts. So the USSR were falling behind majorly. They didn't have the same economic structure. They were much poorer than America. So they would build these cardboard cutouts to say that they'd done lots more than they actually had, so that they wouldn't lose face. But it also then meant America was spending a lot more on the weapons, and it meant they would then lag behind in other areas. One being, on tomorrow's lesson, the space race. Even though I'm in an American company, I'm a NASA geek, which you know. I'll obviously do this this lesson in my Top Again tomorrow as well. So the Soviet Union didn't actually have as many bombs as they claimed. And what's quite funny, there's a nice voice crack, you can tell I've not had a drink this morning, is that this table here, I will show it you just on camera, is the different ICBMs. America claimed in 1961 to have 63. Russia put the number 50 plus. All right. MRBMs, so the medium or the IRBMs, the intermediate range missiles. America said 90. Really, that's okay. That's a round figure, but it's not like 100. The Soviet Union claimed 200. Similarly, long-range bombers, America said they had 600, and the Soviet Union had 190. The only real figure that kind of sums or stands up to a bit of questioning is the conventional submarines, the subs that they had from like World War One, World War Two. The Soviet Union had 428. That's a random number, really. So how accurate the stats are from the Soviet Union, we don't know. That being said, America then, when they found out that the Soviet Union had more than them, may have done the same. However, oh my God, I'm so sorry. However, America did have the budget that the Soviet Union did not. So it's more than likely that America did have a very close number to what they reported of the missiles, whereas the Soviet Union probably did not. And that's all you really need to know for the arms race. There's loads more that you can research and there's loads more that you can do with the arms race. However, your course doesn't require you to know a lot more. Your space race stuff is also quite minimal, but in order to do like a consequence question or a narrative account or an importance question, you will need this sort of contextual knowledge. So if you can have a go at the minimum of the Word document, there is a challenge and a further challenge for you to do. They are not exactly difficult, so have a go. And if you need anything, give me a shout. I will be online most of the day. All right then, have a good day. See you later. Bye.